That road took place on the 17th of May 2024, presided over by the Right Honorable Prime Minister, who is present here. And Mr. Speaker, immediately after the groundbreaking ceremony, tractors, graders, bulldozers, caterpillars, wheel loaders, and heavy-duty trucks were brought on the ground, and works commenced immediately. But 2 weeks after that, Mr. Speaker, all this machinery were withdrawn from the site. Yes, they were withdrawn from the site as I talk now. And right now, there's no work that is going on. And secondly, Mr. Speaker, about the road from Laropi, Moyo, and Afoji Jali Road. About that road, this parliament passed a loan and got money from African Development Bank.
Honorable, please, when we are on urgent matters, let's remain. You came to my office, you said equipment has been taken away, you want it back, they work on the road. Right, Honorable
Yes,
Prime
Honorable
Minister?
Speaker, our prayers is that may the Prime Minister fast track the issue of Koboko Yumbe Moyo Road construction. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister for Works.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to update the Honorable Member on what's happened in Koboko Yumbe Moyo Road. It's true, the road was launched. After the official launch, this is a project which is under the World Bank. World Bank has a lot of demands in terms of social safeguards. And for the social safeguards, for them to be accepted, first you must have a contractor on site who is going to be tested by the World Bank as far as social safeguards are concerned. And that particular area is very, very sensitive, even more sensitive than other areas because it's a refugee area. So the social safeguard demands by the World Bank are high top. So we have finished the social and environmental management plan. We have sent it to the bank, and we are waiting for the bank's approval. Before we get that approval, the bank cannot allow physical works to be done. The equipment, the contractor is in site. The contractor is setting up camps. The contractor has to get ball pits. He has to get asphalt plants. He has to get quarries. You don't do all this until the World Bank has endorsed on all these sites. So this is the process which is going on. The camps are being set up. The equipment is there in the camps. And so once this is done, once the World Bank gives us a nod, the contractor will be on site. On the Moyo Afoji, we have finished the section of Atiak, Ajumani to Laropi. That section is finished. We have done the design review and the design up, and the consultant has approved the design for the bridge at Laropi. After that, we have sent the documents again to the African Development Bank, who are funding this project, for no objection. Once that no objection comes in, then the works we shall be able to put up bids and advertise for the works of that road. The bridge and the bridge at Laropi and Afoji Moyo are in one contract. So it will work, they will move together. Thank you very much. I won't submit.
Right, Honorable, you wanted to add on something?
I want to direct him. Right, Honorable Speaker and colleagues, I was on that road a few weeks ago. I had gone to represent the President at one of the funeral services in Yumbe. The contractor is not doing forward maintenance. And so I request, no, we agreed that you prevail over your contractor to do forward maintenance. The road is annoying. It has a lot of potholes. Let the contractor do forward maintenance, and I direct you to do that.
Thank you. Honorable Bwanika.
Thank you. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I arise on a matter of national importance in regard to the areas for the coffee seedlings supplied by the nursery seed operators. Right Honorable Speaker, several nursery operators supplied coffee seedlings to government and they were distributed to farmers throughout this country. They supplied seedlings in the season of 2021 and 2022 and the season of 2023. The Ministry of Finance required that they do validation. And according to the letter of the PSST of 18th March, which was addressed to the Managing Director, Uganda Coffee Development Authority, the validation was finished. And there is a total area of 49 billion. Right Honorable Speaker, in this year's budget, 2024, we provided for only 2 billion shillings for these nursery operators. My prayers, government should commit to pay the areas for the coffee seedlings for the nursery operators as a priority. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, government should undertake to support these suppliers who are suffering from bank loans, either with promissory notes, so that their situation is saved. I so pray, Right Honorable Speaker.
Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, what I remember is we put 20 billion, not 2. Then we shall go and check and find out exactly what figure is in our budget. Remember, we agreed, members, that we shall pay this in a phased manner. So this financial year which we are running right now, I remember we put 20 billion. But I will go and consult and find out. Thank you so much.
Right Honorable, as you cross-check, also check for tea seedlings. The two were together. Next item.
Item 3, designation of members to sectoral committees in accordance with Rule 187 and Rule 188 of the Rules of Procedure.
Yes, whips, I will start with the Government Chief Whip.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, I will be designating in 2 parts. One, concluding on the leadership of the sectoral committees, then designate the membership for those who have not been designated. Right Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Rule 1510C and Rule 1886 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament, I wish to propose the designation of the following members as chairpersons and deputy chairpersons to various sectoral committees. The Committee on East African Community Affairs, I designate the Honorable Dr. Nsaba Buturu as chairperson. I also designate the Honorable Shatis Kutesa Musherure as deputy chairperson. On the Committee of Education and Sports, I designate the Honorable Kubeketeria James as chairperson and Honorable Asimwe Moli Musime as the deputy chairperson. On the Committee of Gender, Labor and Social Development, I designate the Honorable Abwoli Kunihira Agnes as chairperson
And I also designate the Honorable Laura Kanusu as the Deputy Chairperson. On the Committee of Health, I designate the Honorable Dr. Ruyonga Joseph as Chairperson. On the Committee of ICT and National Guidance, I designate the Honorable Tony Ayo as Chairperson and Honorable Idi Isabire as Deputy Chairperson. On the Committee on Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, I designate the Honorable Baka Stephen Mugabe as Chairperson. On the Committee of Environment and Natural Resources, I designate the Honorable Albert Edmond Ariko as Chairperson. On the Committee on Presidential Affairs, I designate the Honorable Bierogaba Alex Bakunda as Chairperson, deputized by Honorable Flora Natumanya. On the Committee of Public Service and Local Government, I designate the Honorable Wakabi Pius as Deputy Chairperson. And finally, on the Committee of Trade, Tourism and Industry, I designate the Honorable Sylvia Naebale as Chairperson. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move on the leadership of sectoral committees. Now, on the membership, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, pursuant to Rule 1510C and Rule 187 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament, I wish to propose the designation of the following honorable members to the various sectoral committees as members. Honorable Loki Peter Abrahams, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. Honorable Kefa Chiwanuka, Committee on Finance. Honorable David Ochwa, Committee on Finance. Honorable Avod Jane Pachuto, Committee on Finance. Honorable Okoremoy Janet, Committee on Education and Sports. Honorable Dr. Charles Ayume, Committee on Finance. Honorable Jennifer Muheisi, Committee on Presidential Affairs. Honorable Najuma Sarah, Committee on Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. Honorable Mbabazi Jennifer Chomohendo, Committee on Finance. Honorable Thembo Gideon Mujungu, Committee on Agriculture. Honorable Onzima Godfrey, Committee on East Africa. Honorable Tracy J. John, Education and Sports. Honorable Isaac Mudoi, Local Government and Public Service. Honorable Nathan Nabeta Igeme, Natural Resources. Honorable Kabahenda Flavia Ruabuhoro, East Africa. Honorable Bajire Agre Endri, Natural Resources. Honorable Babiko Jessica, Presidential Affairs. Honorable Mwine Mpaka, Natural Resources. Honorable Rwakojo Robina Gureme, Agriculture. Honorable Kisembo Noelin, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. Honorable Chirabo Agnes, Trade and Tourism. Honorable Chemaswet Abdi Fadil, Kisos, Public Service and Local Government. Honorable Dr. Emmanuel Otiam Otala, Agriculture. Honorable Christine Apolot, Natural Resources. Honorable Nora Bigirwa, Natural Resources. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, I beg to propose for the approval of the House in
Thank
terms
you.
of designation. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable colleagues. I now put the question that the sector committees be reconstituted as proposed. Those in favor say and to the content nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Sachko didn't hear his name. No. Honorable Sachko will prepare a petition and pass it over. I'll ensure the Chief Whip explains why for 25 years you have. Colleagues, in the gallery, in the visitors gallery this afternoon, we have executive committee members of the Commonwealth Hansard Editors Association, Africa region, who are here for a 1 week long meeting. Oh, please, Honorable. Yeah? Yes. The executive committee members of the Commonwealth Hansard Editors Association, Africa region, they are in the visitors gallery, and they are here for a week-long meeting. And the executive committee comprises editors of Hansards, and they are Mr. Stephen Katara Banda, editor of Hansard, Parliament of Malawi, and president of the association. Oh, yes. Yes, Ms. Modesta Sekeleza, Assistant Secretary of the Association, also from the Parliament of Malawi. Mr. Samuel Songa, Editor of Hansard, Parliament of Sierra Leone. Mr. Adam Idrisu, Editor of Hansard, Parliament of Ghana. And Mr. Moses Bwaratum, Editor of Hansard, Parliament of Uganda, who is the host. Thank you for attending this plenary visitors, and we hope you're enjoying your stay in Uganda. Next item.
Item 4, of papers. 1, the law revision, printing and publication of the 7th revised edition of the principal laws of Ugandan Instrument 2024.
Before the Attorney General comes, I will amend the list which is provided for under item 4 to allow him to lay one item that we didn't, one instrument we didn't capture, okay, which is instrument number 49 of 2024. So you lay all of them.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, Members of Parliament, I authorize the Uganda Law Reform Commission to prepare the 7th edition of the Laws of Uganda. The Law Revision Act, Section 3.3, requires the Attorney General to lay before Parliament the statutory instrument authorizing the printing and publication of the revised edition. Further, Section 4.2 of the same Act requires the Attorney General to lay before Parliament for information the statutory instrument appointing the date on which the revised edition is to come into force. As required by Section 4 of this Act, I appointed the first day of July 2024 as the date on which the revised edition should come into force. Consequently, Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, the 7th edition of the Laws of Uganda came into force on the first day of July 2024. The laws of Uganda that were in force as at 31st December 2023 have been included in the revised edition. All the laws have been allocated chapter numbers under which they will be cited henceforth. The provisions of the law that were spent, declared unconstitutional or repealed by other laws were removed, and as a result, the numbering of sections has changed. Copies of the revised edition of the 7th edition are available with the Uganda Law Reform Commission. Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, I beg to lay the law revision, printing and publication of the 7th edition of the Principal Laws of Uganda Instrument number 10 of 2024. I beg to lay the law revision, commencement of the 7th edition Principal Laws instrument number 49 of 2024. I beg to lay.
Thank you, Attorney General. These are for information purposes. I therefore request the clerk to put them in the library so that each one of us can easily access them.
Item 4.2, Parliamentary Pension Scheme Biannual Report for the period ended December 31st, 2023.
Honorable Commissioner.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I beg to lay the biannual report for the Parliamentary Pension Scheme for the period that ended December 31st, 2023. I beg to lay, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. This is for information purposes. Let it be put in the library for easy access.
Item 4.3, report of the Auditor General on the financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2023 of A, the road sector support project implemented by Uganda National Roads Authority, project number PG 3432 and the loan IDA number 200150032194.
Commissioner.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I beg to lay the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements for the financial year 30th 2023 of A, the road sector support project implemented by Uganda National Roads Authority project. I beg to lay. Right Honorable Speaker, B, I beg to lay Kapchorwa Swam Road upgrading project loan under ADB. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay. And C, I beg to lay, Right Honorable Speaker, the Busegampigi Road project. The report of the Auditor General. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
The reports are referred to COSASE for further processing.
Item 4.4, assessment report on compliance of the 20 development program budget from papers with the gender and equity requirement for the financial year 2024-25.
Honorable Minister for Gender.
Right Honorable Speaker, pursuant Section 9, 1 and 6, A and B, and 13, Roman 1E, and the Public Finance Management Act 2015, Section 14 of the Equal Opportunities Commission Act, Cap 7, and Section 4.216 of the Treasury Instructions 2007, the Commission assessed 20 national program budget framework papers for compliance with gender and equity requirement financial year 2024-25. Out of 20 programs, 19 programs met the minimum requirements, while one program, digital transformation,
Honorable, we
did
don't
not
go into
submit.
those, please, we don't go into these details. Just lay. The
Right,
rules
Honorable
don't
Speaker,
provide for that. Yeah.
I beg to lay the compliance report of the national programs, budget framework papers with gender and equity requirements.
Thank you. Refer to the Committee on Equal Opportunities.
Item 4.5, assessment report on compliance of ministerial policy statements with the gender and equity requirements for the financial year 2024-25.
Honorable Minister.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the compliance of the ministerial policy statement with gender and Equity Requirements Report. I beg to lay.
Referred to the Committee on Consultancy.
Item 4.6, the Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Assets Authority Annual Performance Report for the financial year 2022-23.
Government.
Is this the one? No. Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, I beg to lay the annual performance report of the Public Procurement and Disposal Authority for the financial year 2022-2023. I beg to lay.
Thank you. Refer to the Committee on Finance for further consideration and report back to the House.
Item 4.7, Tax Expenditure Report for the period July 2023 to June 2024.
Attorney General.
7. Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, I beg to lay the tax expenditure report for the period July 2023 to June 2024, financial year 2023-2024. I beg to lay.
Thank you. Refer to the Committee on Finance for consideration and report back to the House.
Item 7A, to zero memorandum A on the report of the Committee on Public Accounts, Central Government on the Auditor General's report for the financial year 2021-22.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, I beg to lay the Treasury Memorandum on the report of the Committee on Public Accounts, Central Government on the Auditor General's report for the financial year 2021-2022. I beg to lay.
Thank you. Referred to the Auditor General as per Rule 221 of our Rules of Procedure.
Item 4.8b, the report of the Public Accounts Committee commissions statutory authorities and state enterprises for the financial year 2021-22.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, I beg to lay the Treasury Memorandum, report of the Public Accounts Committee, commissions, statutory authorities and state enterprises for the financial year 2021-2022. I beg to lay.
Referred to the Auditor General as per Rule 221 of our Rules of Procedure.
Item 8C, the report of the Public Accounts Committee, Local Government for the financial year 2021-22.
No, these are reports of finance.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleague, I beg to lay the Treasury Memorandum on the report of the Public Accounts Committee, Local Government for the financial year 2021-2022. I beg to lay.
Referred it to the Auditor General. Thank you.
Item 4.9, supplementary Treasury Memorandum on the report of the Auditor General for the financial year 2020-21.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, I beg to lay the supplementary Treasury Memorandum on the report of the Auditor General for the financial year 2021-2022. I beg to lay.
Thank you. Attorney General referred to the Auditor General for further management. Now, honourable colleagues, I promised you that once we finish these items, I'm going to give you time so that you can raise some of the issues which you wanted to raise. I'll start with Honourable Jonathan Odur, followed by Honourable Sereko.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I would like to start by thanking the Right Honourable Prime Minister when she cited the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and read for us the attendant laws. I was really pleased and very happy. I now invite your attention, Mr. Speaker, sir, to the national objectives and direct principle of state policy. And specifically, I want to go to principle number 26, accountability. They are short, I would like to read them. The first one says, all public offices shall be held in trust for the people. The second says, all persons placed in positions of leadership and responsibility shall in their work be answerable to the people. The third one says, all lawful measures shall be taken to expose, combat, eradicate corruption and abuse and misuse of power by those holding political and other public offices. This is the command of the Constitution that you, Mr. Speaker, you swore by in the oath for the office of the Speaker. All of us here, members of Parliament, we swore by it. So I really thank the President, but I must thank him because recently, despite being the first citizen, he was driving around and people questioned him to provide answers by virtue of holding the office as a leader, as a political leader. Although his response was not satisfactory to me. When he said, in Kalerwe, you don't have power because you voted for NUP. But at least he answered. At least he answered. That shows that if the president can humble himself and answer and be accountable, why are other political holders of offices in this country so adamant to the level that even the constitutional right of a member of Parliament to express themselves, an attempt is made to curtail that? We had to fight. As a member of Parliament, we have to fight and struggle to be heard on this floor of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, my guidance, the guidance I'm seeking from you is that as political leaders of Parliament, the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, the 4 commissioners of Parliament, first, before we go outside, there are questions that have been asked by virtue of the political offices that we hold. Ugandans want those answers. That is why people were marching to come and get the answers from Parliament, because we, the representatives, cannot give them the answers they want. We are being accused as Parliament that we are corrupt. I'm an MP, I am not corrupt. In fact, I don't know Uganda, but this one hurt me a lot. When I was moving around and I saw people pointing at me, calling me Owechitiwa, I thought it was something nice. Later I was told it means you're a thief. I am not. I am not.
Order, honorable colleagues, let's listen to Honorable Jonathan.
So,
let's listen to which team Honorable Jonathan.
So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I'm just concluding. I'll give information to you later. Let me conclude on this serious matter. All I am requesting,
Honorable Jonathan, you're protected.
All I am requesting is that as people who are holding offices in trust of the people, can we take an initiative to explain to the people of Uganda the questions they ask of us even before they take the drastic step of coming to the streets? Because the situation that happened today, most of you, the inconvenience that I had to pass through as a member of Parliament to come to do my constitutional duty in office was too much. And we were being harassed. Even some of us who left our IDs, the Parliament IDs, it took time for us to be verified to come here. I don't want to go through that every day when I come to work here. So I ask you, Mr. Speaker, that when you retreat to your chambers, think through, and all the leaders, and provide answers. If you have been accused of A, please try to provide an answer. We don't want Ugandans to come. They are already saying if they cannot access us here in this parliament, they will go to our homes. I cannot take that for granted. Me, I don't have a police officer. I don't have security. Many of you have security, combat what I don't have. I move as I am here. And my home, nobody has visited. I don't want to be accused of being part of the loot, part of the corruption. Each and every person accused should answer in line with the provision of this constitution. And if it may please you, Mr. Speaker, lastly, we have been struggling to bring business on the order paper of this parliament to discuss this matter, to the extent that colleagues are moving, running away, and yet you can use your discretion as a responsive leader and say, I have seen you struggle. Why must you raise signatures to come and discuss issues of corruption? Why? Why must people be raising signatures? You can respond and say, as a leader of this house, I have decided that this matter is so urgent that we can allow it to be discussed so that we don't go. I beg to submit, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Nsereko.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues. I would like to thank you for the opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, I would like to add something to what Honorable Olutuula has echoed. He has addressed the issue of governance. But we must address the real issue. The real issue that young people are grappling with is unemployment. For me, I'll speak for what my constituents are talking about. Our population is between 25 million people. We have 25 million people between the age of 17 and 64. And whenever you go back home, honorable colleagues, you will attest that nearly 30% of your constituents are presenting you with CVs and asking you to help them find jobs. Parents are grappling with the issue of looking at their children after graduating and being skilled and looking at them with the pain of having no access to opportunity. We can talk about change of leaders, we can talk about change of policies, but for as long as we do not address the issue of access to opportunity, then we shall not have addressed the real issue. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, when the traders closed as a result of the taxation, people laughed it off. The continuing pain of people losing their capital due to high taxation, due to high interest rates, due to lack of access to capital and factors of production, narrowing the gap for growth is just a recipe for poverty, and as a result, we shall have increased crime. As a result of increased crime, we shall breed repeated demonstrations day in, day out. Right Honorable Speaker, finally, the gap between the rich and the poor continues to grow. And for as long as it continues to grow, there is relevant discontent. Today we can lock up all the corrupt, because if they are arraigned in the courts of law and proven that they are guilty, rightly so, the course of the law must take, the law must take its course. We as Parliament can do something because we've produced reports. The report of trade and tourism produced something, and here is the basis that government has used to apprehend some of the people. So someone cannot say that Parliament has completely done nothing. Maybe probably they are demanding for more, for much more accountability, and rightly so. The Honorable Du clearly said that people, after failing to access us here, they want to access us at our own homes. I support that. The member of parliament you elected must be accountable to you. Go to his home and ask him, why is it that this is the one being taxed? Rather than finding us in a group and say that whatever you're debating it collectively and accepting it collectively. Probably we say no to certain things, but we are not good enough to persuade some of you to agree with us. Therefore, if your constituent is discontented with what we are debating, I support them to come to your home and ask you as their member of parliament as to why they are unemployed, as to why they are highly taxed, as to why they are evicted and you have nothing to say. Rather than coming to burn down an institution that they seek to occupy. In any case, Right Honorable Speaker, there is a cycle of election. If someone is discontented today, my best advice to our young colleagues, 16 months are not far away. If your member of parliament has not performed, pick the nomination forms and contest against them and come and do better here. You can change what you want to change when you sit here. But for as long as you shun politics and leadership, you'll never ask for accountability and get it. If you want to get it, take part. To our young children, we might have disappointed you here and there, but you have an opportunity to also contest, and you come to this platform and you debate your own way out. Thank you.
Now, honorable colleagues, before I pick anyone else, and I will ask government later to make some responses, and I will also comment on issues to do with parliament. Now, honorable colleagues, you very well know that the Owekitiibwa is an important title in Uganda as a kingdom. And it's very, very important to correct the record so that they don't meet Owekitiibwa from Buganda and they run after him because Honorable Duru's, the translation he got might be different. So if it pleases you, let me allow the chairman of Uganda caucus. We have here.
Right Honorable
Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker. Actually, me am a honorable member. I'm not Owekitiibwa. Owekitiibwa in Uganda is a member of the Uganda Ruchiko. And it's so treasured within our cultural setting. I may understand Odul not being from here to have insinuated. So to insinuate, even on the street, that Owekitiibwa equals to a thief is really to undermine that title. After the Katikiro, all ministers of the Kabaka are titled Owekitiibwa. All members of Ruchiko are called Owekitiibwa. Therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, may I move that you expunge the submission of Mr. Odul where it refers to Owekitiibwa as a thief. If he doesn't personally, withdraw it.
Yes, that's what I wanted to go for, that the Jonathan Odul I know, once he gets such a clarification, he can easily clarify the record and the Hansard will capture it very well.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you so much. I started by putting it clearly, and I'm really sorry because I don't speak Luganda. I only felt what people relate to me. Having now understood that the title Owekitiibwa is a preserve for honorable, distinguished servants who serve the Kabaka of Buganda, and not people who sit in this parliament.
No, but what if, Honorable Jonathan, a person was giving you a very good title because you're doing well your work? You're Owekitiibwa. The one who translated gave you a wrong.
Yeah, and that's what I'm coming to. Yeah. And having now been well educated by the chairman of Buganda caucus in parliament, that this title is a preserve. First, I condemn anyone who will continue to translate to me that title in the wrong way. And starting today, going forward now, I withdraw and will only use it whenever I meet a distinguished member of the Kabaka's government. I withdraw.
And whenever you're called Owechitiibwa, accept. It's an honor. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Honorable Namuga. Honorable colleagues, I balance. We have gender, we have what? And it's not how many times you stand up. I'm seeing you. I know members who...
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. And I want to thank you for your patience. Because much as we wanted to handle this matter in the start, but you guided very well, I want to thank you for that wisdom. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to remind colleagues and your seat about the preamble of this Constitution. Right Honorable Speaker, we the people of Uganda, recalling our history which has been characterized by political and constitutional instability, and recalling all our struggles against the forces of tyranny and oppression and exploitation. I will not read everything. We did agree that this is the very supreme law of the land. You want me to read everything? You'll submit later. Right Honorable Speaker, we all agree that this is the most supreme law of this land. And we all agree that Uganda operates under a multi-party political system. Right Honorable Speaker, as a national unity platform, on Monday, we are meant to have a press conference. When we went to have the press conference, we found every color of uniform of police, of defense forces of this country. There was UPDF, there was police. The only uniform I didn't see was prisons, Right Honorable Speaker. And by yesterday, our colleagues were arrested. I was mistreated. Right Honorable Speaker, I agree by the submission of the Right Honorable Prime Minister that it could be the police forces detected crime. But I thought the same force that you used to oppress us, the people of the opposition, would have been the same force you would have used to keep peace in that place so that we could hold the press conference. You had all the forces. You had the police, you had the army. You would have guided very well and have us in-house such that we could have the press conference. Right Honorable Speaker, the party wrote a letter requesting to have Kololo on 22nd as our place to celebrate the 4 years. And you denied us Kololo because you are innovating. We agreed. We went to Kavule, the party headquarters, that are well known to all of you colleagues. It is not our crime that as a party, you've not yet constructed headquarters. But we have a very big place, Right Honorable Speaker. We have a very big place and we could fit there. So, Right Honorable Speaker, if the National Unity Platform went ahead to have its party headquarters, is it a crime? Is it a crime for us to hold meetings in that place? And Right Honorable Speaker, as a leader of this House, and our colleagues are in prison, I thought this would be a matter of national importance to you as a Speaker. How can your members be held in prison for no good reason? Because we are operating under a multi-party system. And Honorable Speaker, I request you to guide. I don't know whether government wants to start giving directions on how the opposition should move. Namuga from home, you must go to here, from here get to the other place. If that is the direction, then write to us. And you formally inform us on how we should move. Guide on the direction. To Right Honorable Speaker, freedom of expression is a right non-negotiable to this country. Yes, very true. So, Right Honorable Speaker, for this House to sit today, when our youth, the Gen Zs that you like so much, and that is your generation, are being refused to march to this House, Right Honorable Speaker, to bring their petition. Right Honorable Speaker, people have been detained in several police stations. People have been detained. Right Honorable Speaker, are we proceeding very well? No, if we sit in this House when the law is totally being disbanded, we are acting out of the Constitution, outside the law, Right Honorable Speaker. Is it intentional on the side of the NRM to oppress everyone? Is it intentional? The Prime Minister should come out and explain, Madam, come and explain to this country, why are you acting informally, even under where circumstances, when you know the law? You are here misinterpreting the law purely. In your favor, you misinterpreted. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for directing very well. But we cannot proceed to handle business here. I'm not directing. But it is human to think about the opposition beyond. We are citizens of this country and we should be given equal time, equal space to express our rights in this country. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, if you check today, I think 80% of the people who have spoken are from opposition. So I'm giving you a chance. That's number one. No, on a platform which I'm in charge of, you have space. Number two, honorable colleagues, the problem is here we sit, Rope raises issues before they are even answered. Or a minister is answering, you start order, you don't want to even listen to an answer, and then you also repeat what your colleague had raised. We go repeating. Can I request the Attorney General? Can I request the Attorney General? Yes. So are they raising the same? Because you see, if we are repeating ourselves, okay? Yes. Because if you're saying yesterday they raided officers, colleagues are in prison, can't the Attorney General first clarify on that, guide us on that, and then if there are gaps, I give you chance. Sometimes when we listen, our issues are sorted. Yes. Attorney General, no, I'm going to give you a chance.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Please, Honorable.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Oh.
Right, Honorable Speaker, it has now become deliberate that
I just wanted to know whether the member has now settled, if he feels he has been heard. Attorney General?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues. Mine is to just guide on the issue of the colleagues who have been arrested. This rule about not discussing matters which are in court can be a good rule even for the person whom you think you are defending. I have sat here and listened to many versions of what transpired at the place where they were arrested. I have had also different versions of what transpired at that place. So in an attempt to think that you're doing them a favor, you may actually do them a disservice. So when these matters are in court, when you stand here and say this person was doing this and this and this, you have no idea what this person has told the police he was doing. So you may actually do them a disservice. So as is correct, they need to be handled in accordance with the law, but let's also manage ourselves in that same orderly manner for them. So, Right Honorable Speaker, if a colleague has been arrested, there are two things that we need to work to ensure. One, that the person has been detained in a place that is properly gazetted. And number two, that this person is not held longer than the period that the Constitution allows. I cannot stand here and say I know why they were arrested. But the framers of the Constitution, who are members of Parliament at the time, found it necessary to allow police in the Constitution the mandate to arrest someone when they have a suspicion that this person was going to commit an offense. So, whereas the opposition may look at everything with suspicion, always look at it with suspicion, you always need to sit back and think, what if they were right? What if they were wrong? So let us allow the police the opportunity to do that. That's what I was given. That's what I was requested to give. Yes. It is. I'm not. No. No. You see, when we speak like that, even that is not good. If you want to share with me, you will share with each other with respect, and my view just like yours needs to be listened to.
Honorable, yes. Honorable Sechi. Now,
I allow the information.
Yes. But you are off. You no longer have any floor to use it. But Honorable Batsarira, it's okay. Yeah.
Right Honourable Speaker, I want to thank you. Learned Attorney General, I hear you on the explanation in the Constitution. And the information I wanted to share with you as our boss, head of the bar, is that the matters under discussion are matters that have been a subject of judicial attention and judicial interpretation. The issue of powers of the police. And the reason why these issues are being raised here is not for purposes of sub judice. It's really for the bigger purpose of the conduct of the police towards association of freedoms. You know, the Mwanga Chivumbi case has highlighted the extent of the powers of the police, and other, in fact, in the latest judgment, the lead judgment written by Justice Sebodion was very clear on the mandate of the police. Now, what we are experiencing now is that police is drifting away from the guidance of the Constitutional Court in the conduct of their affairs. And I think that's where the problem is. For example, the issue of meetings of political parties are outside the purview in terms of notification. That a party, an organ of the party, can convene a meeting without necessarily notifying the police, as opposed to a public meeting or a rally. And the courts have been very clear on that. On the issue of reasonable suspicion, the courts have also guided. In fact, reasonable suspicion cannot be done whimsically. That was the word the courts used. So the police cannot say, we suspect that so and so will commit a crime. So it is really about judiciousness and reasonableness in the conduct of the police. And I think that is the bigger concern where we find ourselves, and where you need to guide, especially on powers of the police in light of the decisions of the Constitutional Court.
Attorney General, before you respond, you could also pick Honorable Sechikulu.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, why we rise up in arms against the statement of the Attorney General?
You have been peaceful.
Yes, Right Honourable Speaker, thank you. Most obliged, Right Honourable Speaker. Is when the security forces of this country turn a matter that is purely political and they try to punish it by using courts. This is not the first time, honorable members, I've been here. We've had such similar incidents in the past, like walk to work. And I wish the Attorney General today and the Inspector General of Police, Byakagaba, could take a leaf from the retired IGP Ochola. There are instances where even if you suspect, you can keep these members. At a reasonable time, you set them free. Like usually, they used to curtail the opposition by holding them until late hours in the night when there was nobody to walk home with. They are taken to their homes. That wasn't the best. We condemned it. But here, where the Attorney General looks in the camera and says he's going to subject members of Parliament under a punitive legal system, where they are arrested in their cars, Right Honourable Speaker and Attorney General. We witnessed a member being arrested in the course of driving his car. His car is towed and is inside. He's taken to CPS. And at 8 p.m., he's arraigned in courts of law at night and remanded. Right Honourable Speaker. It was at night, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Attorney General, this is our country. We are lucky we're on the government side, and these are warning members. But tomorrow you may not always be in government. Would you wish to be treated in the same manner when you are organizing? Why are you causing unnecessary fires? Why are you causing unnecessary hatred and friction in the country? On a simple matter. Right Honourable Attorney General, look at it this way. Today we are in government, and therefore you speak a lot of law and a lot of English. But you know very well that these are the people who are helpless, then you are citing sub judice, meaning that members of parliament should not speak. They should allow theirs to go in prison. And I think this is not fair. So once you are meeting your colleagues, be fair to us.
Thank you, Honorable.
Be fair to Parliament.
May I allow Honorable Rion, then they respond.
I want to thank you. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for the opportunity.
Adjust the microphone where Honorable Rion.
Right Honorable Speaker, first of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity. Secondly,
no, please, Honorable colleagues.
Secondly, I want to thank you
Honorable Sechkubo,
for having.
Honorable Rion wants you to listen to him.
Sechkubo.
Now, no, please, Honorable, please, don't cause excitement here. Honorable Sechkubo, you were heard in silence. Let's listen to Honorable Rion. Yeah.
Thank
Please,
you so
let's not exchange. Yeah. Honorable Rion.
Thank you so much, Speaker. Speaker, I also want to thank you for having recalled the House from recess. As you're very much aware that we've been in a struggle to look for signatures to debate a matter of national importance in this parliament. I want to thank God that from 0, we went up to 172. We are left with 5. We pray to God that we get the 5. Reason being, we voted for you, Speaker. The Speaker and you, we voted for you to chair this House neutrally. Right Honorable Speaker, you have failed to defend this House. The President painted us clearly in Kololo during the State of the Nation address that I used to hear, but I have now confirmed with evidence that there is corruption in the Parliament of Uganda and the Ministry of Finance. My first question is, you as the chair, as the Speaker, what have you done to clean our image, which has been painted bad? In the streets we are moving, they are calling us corrupt. On this same parliament, we requested you yourself and Speaker, Right Honorable Anita Among, that there is exhibition of parliament going on issues of corruption. Give us space on the order paper to have this matter debated. It is 2 months down the road. The world is aware that there's corruption in this parliament. We want this matter to be debated. Why are you running away from that debate? You are meant to be neutral. Give space for all of us equally. Why are you making us suffer? Running through this country looking for signatures to debate this matter of corruption in this parliament. You need to come out clean. Right Honorable Speaker, you, Right Honorable Anita Among, has been painted out for being corrupt. Your name has been mentioned for being corrupt. We are also having a motion to have a matter debated on the commissioners. We have our evidence. We want to lay and have them defend themselves. You are all blocking us from that. What is this parliament all about? Where are you taking this country? Today, this country is under panic. Today, they have deployed the army massively because of issues of corruption in this country. Why don't you let Ugandans free from corruption? Why don't you allow us debate the matter of corruption in this parliament, here in this floor? It is too much. We are not thieves. All these MPs have been painted. If we know we are clean like me, screen me. We have evidence against them. We have evidence. So we need this matter be debated. You need to clean your name. Deputy Speaker yourself. Anita Among needs to clean her name. The commissioners need to clean their names. The ministers need to clean their names. And as MPs, if you have anything against us in this parliament, we need to clear our names.
Thank you.
Why
Honorable.
don't you want this matter to be debated on this floor? Deputy Speaker, we need this matter addressed.
Thank you.
If not, we are ready to join the Ugandans because you're blocking us the opportunity to debate. We were voted by our voters to come and debate. Why are you running away from debate, Deputy Speaker? Why is Anita Among running away from debate? Why? We need a parliament which is free corruption.
Thank you, Honorable Arion. Thank you. Now, Honorable colleagues, the Honorable Arion is raising. I think, Honorable, I've given you time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, Honorable Arion is raising very. Honorable Arion is raising very critical issues. And honorable colleagues, personally, I come from a culture where we say, a spirit that speaks does not kill. Yes, so Honorable Arion speaking is not a problem. And Honorable Arion, I feel for you, but I'm very sure this same parliament has supported you here by giving you space where you have corrected signatures over time. Honorable Arion, you yourself, you've told us you've not yet gotten the signatures. I don't know how I'll put on order paper a motion which is premature, which has not yet met the test, as you have confessed. So I wish you well. I wish you well. And I think also before the public calls us corrupt, it is us honorable members who have been moving around saying our colleagues are corrupt. Some of these things we put them on the public. So when Honorable Arion gets the signatures with the Honorable Sechkubo, we shall welcome them. And you will have our audience, Honorable, because you are rightful Honorable colleague in this house. Number two, I think there is a clarification which needs to be made. I will guide the chairman legal, committee on legal, on Tuesday. The chairman committee on legal and the chairman committee on budget on Tuesday. I'll give you space. You inform members because things continue moving around, you know, because what is important is what is in my heart. Me, if you call me corrupt when I'm not corrupt, it's not, no, I don't need to, because you've not tabled evidence of me being corrupt. So I will request you table, okay? Each one of us has been accused of corruption here. Each one of us. I know, even some members who are raising the highest voices, they have been accused of corruption, but no evidence on them. And that's why the president has been very clear. He waits for evidence. For those members whom he has gotten evidence that he considers is credible, he has taken action. So I will request the chairman committee on legal and the one for budget on Tuesday. You come, you explain on these issues which have been perceived as if people sat colluded and did whatever they wanted to do. I think that clarification is very, very important. No, they are not, especially on the issue of commissioners. Okay? So I will do that. And then finally, Honorable Macho, and then Attorney General comes in. Oh, and I also want to pick, yes, Honorable Chibadia, Honorable Kwizera, Honorable Muuma, Honorable Independent. Yeah.
Honorable Speaker,
we are still here, Honorable
I seek your protection.
It's just 4 p.m.
Honorable Speaker, I seek your protection. My brother, I'll give you information. I'll give you time. Right Honorable Speaker, I really want to thank you for the opportunity you have availed to me. I was over the weekend in Busia, and I was lucky to cross to Kenya. We had a function in the other side to promote the cross-border cooperation. And I was introduced in the title of Honorable in Kiswahili is called Mheshimiwa. But when I was introduced as Mheshimiwa, there are some Gen Z young boys who changed my title from Mheshimiwa to Mwisiwamiwa. Mwisiwamiwa means a thief of Cain. And that was a very big embarrassment because Parliament of Uganda is tainted with corruption. And I want to agree with you and agree with all the speakers that it is high time that we speak about this event that has really attacked our August House. Whereas they are speaking about, Mr. Speaker, they are speaking about the Speaker, about the commissioners, about you. We also have the writings on the wall speaking about the LOP, 1.7 billion. And truly I wanted to agree with you that almost everybody is talked about. Even Honorable Rion, it is known one time they spoke about him. Honorable, my mentor, Seki Kubo, I don't know where he is. They are calling him a land grabber. So therefore, give us enough time so that we talk about this matter and we clean ourselves as leaders so that we build the confidence of the August House in the public of our voters. Because how will Honorable Sekukubo look for signatures and when he comes to Busia they say this is a land grabber? How will Honorable Rion come to talk to his people and they say he had a scandal with the park? You see, all these are matters that we should speak here publicly for Ugandans to know that and Ugandans know and gain confidence in the August House. Because people keep calling, Madam Speaker, you must resign. Deputy, you must resign. Commissioners, you must resign. We should also call in finance their issues there and other agencies of government.
Thank you.
I therefore want to thank you for this opportunity.
Thank
and
you.
Mr. Speaker, you're a wise man. I really thank you.
Now, Honorable colleague, there is something which I think Parliament has been made a face of corruption, and a picture has been painted. For example, I don't have a job because Parliament you're stealing money, because Parliament's budget is not even 1%, okay, of the national budget. So, are people failing to get roads because of Parliament? Are people failing to get jobs because of Parliament? Are people failing to get schools because of Parliament? Are we failing to get pay rise because of Parliament? I think we must sit, we agree that some people won't stand on a moral high ground. And then Parliament, we look like we are the face of corruption in the country. It really can't, and it can't spare any of us. That's why I was very cautious on the issue of colleagues when I saw them going for each other the way they were doing. The president has said he has opened the one corruption. You have a duty under the Constitution. The accountability. We have accountability committees. What are we losing? Let us support the president and we show him we are your ally on this. And then we don't look bad. So that is not about executive, parliament and all that. No, the president is very clear on corruption. So let's all of us play our role. Attorney General, first clarify the other issues.
Thank you very right honorable Speaker and colleagues. Colleagues, the issue before us of corruption is not partisan. It is a matter for all of us to address. So let's not get into our political camps here because we are going to derail our fight against corruption. Let's not do that. I have seen in the past several members of the opposition carrying out their rallies. They were never arrested. Why yesterday? Let us hold police accountable, but let us also allow them to work. Let us hold them accountable and allow them to work. Colleagues, we are leaders here. For someone to say here that people were presented in court at night, and remanded, is wrong. You know? No, because court has working hours. Now, if you see the problem. The problem here.
Let's listen to the Attorney General.
If we don't listen to each other.
No, let's listen.
If the issue is that the person has evidence that a person was presented in court at night, outside court hours, we are here, bring it, and we're going to hold the courts to account. Let's hold everyone who is in a different space to account, to play by the rules upon which they are playing. So let us work together and deal with this issue of corruption. Let us not take it into an issue of partisan politics. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues,
He has allowed the
tomorrow, chairpersons and the whips, Prime Minister, tomorrow we have a business committee meeting where we are going to discuss business scheduling for this session. And conference hall at 9 a.m. Be there so that we look at the urgent business and priority of business. Then I've been informed the 9. So please. Okay, they are saying in the communication it is 10. So go back and refer to the communication that you have. It will give you a better picture. We are even going to put you on the group, and then we shall also have an induction for the new committee leadership. I have found that sometimes we make a mistake. We appoint people in leadership. We just say, go and start working, which is not all helpful. So we shall have a full day induction to go through, and we understand each other. We see how best we can proceed. House adjourned to tomorrow at 2 p.m.
What is going on is wrong. You are here.